Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of Talking with Todd. I'm JC Shirley, and we've been pretty consistent recently, joined by my co-host
CJ Pierce.
Yeah, and today we are joined not only by President Dr. Todd Hernandez, but by another really, really cool guest. We had him on our podcast, The Stuff. It's been over a year now, but the chairman of the board, Mr. Joel Miller. Joel, thanks for joining us today. Todd, it's good to see you.
Happy to be here. Thought maybe Frank Sinatra was going to be here, but that's it.
I mean, if you're going to sing
different
for us,
chairman
it's more
of the
than
board.
one.
No, I know you don't want me to sing.
Todd and Joel are on the show today. Well, we know why Todd's here. It's Talking with Todd. It's his show. But Joel is here to address something that he and Todd are, getting out and jointly supporting a new initiative that we have here at school. So I will turn that over to whichever one of you wants to start talking.
Sure, I'll start. It's really about progress, strive for progress, right? I talk about people integrity learning and strive for progress. And we're doing something a little out of the ordinary, I think, for higher education, and we're being bold. I took a budget to the board meeting on June 25th that included a number of new positions. And if you look at those new positions and you look at our strategic plan and the objectives we want to accomplish, they align really well. I have always said that if you want to get something done, you need to be able to point at a body and say, you're the one that's in charge of this, and if it's going well, great. If it's not going well, how do we fix it? But you need somebody in charge. So part of a be bold, a desire to be bold, is we're using some one-time money to make investments in our future, both for the college, but also more importantly for our learners. With some of the new positions that are being created, we're going to be able to better serve our students. We're going to expand our access in Van Wert and Paulding County, and it's just overall, it's just a bold strategy.
A lot of these initiatives aren't new. They're things that we've identified, and when I say we, I mean cabinet level positions, people throughout the hallways here, students, faculty members. A lot of times you know what you need. You finally have the ability to do these things. And with leadership that we've had over the last few years, and Dr. Hernandez coming in and having that vision as well, we know we can do these things. We're in a position to be able to add positions. We're in a position to be able to add services for the students, add services for the communities that we serve, and to be able to take leadership roles in some of these things and make a difference in the areas that we have really wanted to make a difference in over the years.
Can you elaborate on some of the positions that are, being filled but also being created as we're investing in our future?
Sure, and the funding sources for the positions are varied, right? TRIO grant that we received last year is funding new positions. There's an administrative assistant role that we need to fill there yet. We have a Department of Labor grant that's filling 2 faculty positions in industrial arts, industrial technologies, to help meet a short-term certificate skill set need. We are using operating funds to fill some executive administrative assistant roles. But if there's one thing that I've consistently read over the years as far as wanting to grow an organization and implement change, is you hire good leaders and you hire really great executive assistants to help those leaders. So we're moving down that path as well. There are other positions that we've filled, faculty in arts and sciences, a composition in psychology. And again, if you look at what we're trying to accomplish as an institution with the business management program that's geared towards adults with College Credit Plus population growing, those classes, the comp classes and psychology classes, they're gateway courses and they're full every term. So we need more faculty to be able to teach those sections. So we need full-time faculty to mentor part-time faculty. But we're not going to be able to continue to grow College Credit Plus or continue to launch new bachelor's bound type programs if we don't add the staff and the faculty to support that.
Yeah, for sure. And something we talked about in our pre-show meeting, you guys have a message for people who are looking at these new things and maybe scratching their head, having questions about these new things that are happening here on campus with new hires and allocating money to different places. Do you have a message for anybody that might be curious to why or to how this is going to work? For sure.
Well, and I can speak to that. I mean, one of the things that people always ask are, what do those trustees? What's their job? What's their role? What are they supposed to be doing for an organization like Northwest State Community College? And the main role is overseeing the budgets, overseeing the financial health and stability of an organization, which is a large organization with a large footprint, reaching out to hundreds of thousands of people potentially in an geographic area. That's one of our main goals, and we know we're in a position to be able to do these things. Some of the positions that Todd has talked about, some of the larger additions to what we're going to be doing over the next year, those are in place before we even have to use CARES Act money or some of the other funds that have come in, unfortunately due to COVID and some of that. So we're in a position to be able to do this and fund it the right way. We want to take steps that make a huge difference in the lives of our students, the lives of our staff, the lives of those who are potentially affected by it in our geographic area, but do it in the right way that's sustainable. Sustainability is huge to us. You don't want to throw a huge rock in a pond somewhere and have it sink to the bottom and there's no way to get it back up.
And I think the key word in there, and there was a lot of really important information that you just conveyed, and it was really encouraging to hear, but I think the key word there is sustainability. Being able to do what we're doing right now, which is following the bill, people integrity learning, building new positions and filling currently existing positions that help us now take care of the needs of our current learners, but will also help us provide better services for our future learners. And being able to do that in a way that is duplicatable and repeatable for years to come.
Ohio has a performance funding model, and Northwest State's a great organization. We do great things in a lot of ways, but just like any other entity, we have areas where we can improve. And if you look at Ohio's performance funding model, the areas where we can improve are completions and access. And a lot of the positions that we're talking about, the initiatives in the strategic plan, are there to improve completion. And
that's completion of degrees and programs, correct?
Completion of programs,
certificates, degrees,
transfers.
Correct.
So if we do better in those areas, we're going to get more funding from the state. So we fill these positions, we fund them for a year or two, and then we start to see the return in the money coming from the state.
We're really excited. How many positions? I guess can I get a number? Is that something that we can share? How many positions? New positions did we create?
Yeah, so we're looking at 10 positions. We're still talking about a couple of others. So there's a few more that we need to fill, particularly from a being able to project manage it.
And I think when you look at it, taking Dr. Hernandez's pill, when you look at the people integrity learning, to me it's almost PLI. You got people who need the learning, and you need to do it with integrity. The people that's where we're addressing this. We know the people needs that are out there, and what can we do to address it? And obviously our goal is to get the learning. And if you don't have the people who have the ability, because they're not overloaded with 900 things on their job description, you can't do it with the integrity sometimes that you want to, unless you're able to say, this is the division of work, this is the way we're doing it, this is the way we're addressing the plan. So you add that integrity moment in there as well, because that addresses the people and addresses the learning that they need. So it's really integrated with that. And being bold, you have to be bold to do things, and we are in a position as a community and a country and a culture where we can be bold. We need to be bold. You need to take steps to address the needs that are out there.
For sure, and I think it's something really cool. Like as we see enrollment go up, as we see the world come out of COVID and hopefully start to see the economy recover bits at a time, and seeing all those things happen, Northwest State's in a good position to be able to not be caught with, we have more students come on with this, like who's going to teach these classes, what's going on. So getting out ahead of some things as well as reacting to some things that are happening right now, super cool. But I think that's probably about our time for today. Thank you so much, Joel, Todd. It's always a pleasure. We're super happy. Thank you for watching, listening, however you are partaking in this information.
Yeah.
Special thanks to Joel Miller for joining us today. Hope to have you on again at some point.
Anytime.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, stay excellent to each other.
And party on, my dudes and dudettes.
Peace out.